They couldn't hear me over the sound of the gunshots. It was so incredibly loud. And that was it. We just hid under my desk, we hid in the corners, and we tried to stay as quiet as possible.
Emotional testimony from teachers and students who survived the mass shooting in Parkland. Now, 4 years later, a jury is finally hearing their painful memories. Crews opened fire, killing 14 students and 3 staff members and wounding 17 others. He was arrested on the same day of that shooting.
And from that moment, Cruz's court case has been filled with twists and turns. Tonight, we have live coverage from the Broward County Courthouse. Angela Rozier was in the courtroom. Ari Height has reaction from the victims' families.
We begin with our co-anchor Todd McDermott with the big developments today. Todd?
Felicia and Tiffany, the trial has concluded for the day today within the last 20 to 30 minutes. Again, it was 9 months ago that Nikolas Cruz confessed and pled guilty to the 17 murders and 17 attempted murders. The search for a jury in the sentencing trial has taken months with many delays. It'll be many more months. In fact, fall or late fall before jurors decide on his ultimate sentence in this case. It will take all 12 to agree to give him a sentence of the death penalty. Otherwise, it's life in prison without parole, as you know. The sentencing trial began today with instructions to the jurors and then opening statements given by prosecutors. There were a few surprises today I'll get to in a moment. Again, this included a minute-by-minute account of the shooting themselves from the lead prosecutor in the case, the now retiring prosecutor from Broward County, who wanted to stay again to prosecute this sentencing trial itself. The defense lawyers said they would not give their opening statements today, but instead would let the prosecution give its entire opening arguments first. They'll do that after the prosecutors finish, and we're not sure when the prosecution may finish the actual case itself. Defense lawyers also said they wanted a month-and-a-half delay here on the first day of the sentencing trial, claiming one of their key witnesses is now unable to testify, and they would need up to 6 weeks to bring someone up to speed on that. The judge listened and decided that would not be the case and would not allow them to have that further delay. Instead, she was told that she could do that later. Also today, the judge questioned a juror because someone reported that one of the jurors in the sentencing trial had talked about the case and her feelings about the death penalty and Nikolas Cruz during a doctor's office appointment. The juror said it wasn't true under oath, and the judge moved on. Prosecutors also laid out their case before presenting witnesses who took the stand today and gave some excruciating and emotional detail of what happened that February 14th day. Nikolas Cruz could be seen with his head in his hands, looking down as a disturbing picture of this massacre was recounted to jurors. It included eyewitness testimony. Names of victims were being read off one by one, and some family members holding back tears. Others remained stoic and seemed to be shaking their heads. Still others had to run from the courtroom when listening to some of the recordings that were played today from that day. Students and a teacher who was a student and survived this attack also testified today. For details on that and what else happened in the courtroom today on this very, very emotional, difficult day, we go to Angela Rozier, who's live at the courthouse with me and was in that courtroom. Angela?
As you say, there was a bit of a delay earlier today, but that testimony, gut-wrenching, Todd, inside the 17th floor courtroom here in Broward County, as witness after witness testified and explained what they saw, what they heard. For some, too much to bear.
Jurors are entered.
Day one began at around 10 in the morning. The defendant sat quietly with his defense team. But before the proceedings began, the judge brought in a juror after being notified she was talking about her feelings surrounding the death penalty at a doctor's office. The juror denied this ever happened, and after some back and forth, the 12 jurors were sworn in, and the state went first with opening statements.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to speak to you about the unspeakable.
The lead prosecutor told jurors what happened at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland on the afternoon of February 14, 2018 was planned. He shared a cell phone video he says the defendant made 3 days before the massacre.
Hello, my name is Nick. I'm going to be the next school shooter of 2018. My goal is at least 20 people.
14 students, an athletic director, a teacher, and a coach were killed that day. 17 others were injured. The state went on to describe in detail how each was shot, how many times, and where they were when it happened. The defense reserved its opening statement until after the state presents its case. The state went on to call its first witness, a teacher who was inside the classroom during the massacre, and dialed 911. The second witness, a former student who was also in the school and recorded the shooting on her cell phone while hiding in a classroom.
They're coming, we're okay.
And we also heard from a second student, a vice principal, and 3 FBI agents today before they wrapped up. And speaking of wrapping up, the defendant now behind bars behind me inside the main jail. Todd.
All right, Angela, thank you again. The pleadings from those students that day, the worst part to hear during the court proceedings today. The jury in this historic sentencing trial will also do something seldom done in court. They will go back to the scene of the crime in Parkland at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Building 12. The Broward Sheriff's Office has preserved that crime scene at the high school for the past 4 years and many months since. Lawyers for Cruz argue that the jury visit is unnecessary. It would somehow bias the jury, but the judge has sided with prosecutors in that case. They will go to the scene of where this mass murder took place. Prosecutors argue they need the jury to see the scene to prove their case for the death penalty. The Broward County School District plans to demolish the building after this trial. And again, family members of the victims were holding back tears today and overcome with emotion during the testimony and during the recounting of what happened on that February 14th afternoon in 2018. Ari Height joins us now with a reaction to some of those recordings of the day that were played in court and how the families responded. Ari?
Todd, no doubt families expected this all to be very emotional, but it was still an extremely difficult day for many in the courtroom. So let's take it back to the morning to start with first. I'll show you some video of those families when they first arrived in court today. Many of them arrived together and then they all sat together inside. Nobody made any comments as they went in. And then the witnesses Angela was just talking about, they were testifying, and those student videos that were recorded of the shooting were being played. Many family members were sobbing in the gallery. A few had to get up and walk out. Once those videos were done, the judge called for a 15-minute recess, and once that was over, the defense asked for a mistrial, saying the family members' reactions were so emotional that they had tainted the jury. The judge quickly denied that motion. In the end, as family members left for the day after a long, very difficult day, they did not make any comments at all. Reporting live at the Broward County Courthouse, Ari Height, WPBF 25 News. Todd?
Ari, thank you so much for that. Again, the prosecutor promising today to prove at least 7 of the 16 aggravating factors under Florida law that would warrant the death penalty in this case for Nikolas Cruz. There's much more to come, of course, on this. Coming up in just minutes, we'll look at the long legal road it took to get to this sentencing trial, especially following Cruz's decision to plead guilty back in October. And we'll examine the school safety laws that were passed in the wake of the Parkland shooting as well. We have much more coming up here from Fort Lauderdale and the Broward County Courthouse in the next 90 minutes. For now, I'm Todd McDermott, live in Fort Lauderdale. I'll send it back to Felicia and Tiffany.
Todd, thank you. And of course, we'll continue to follow this trial on air and online until the jury makes its decision. You can get the latest updates on our mobile news app and on WPBF.com.